Hello and welcome back to the Workbench. This is where we discuss ceiling fan history, trivia, and technical information, and where we discuss socket fans. This will be a little bit more of a quick and dirty socket fan video than usual. It's a long story, but basically I want to take a bunch of socket fans over to the barber shop, and so I want to get this video filmed before I head over there, and I have other reasons why I need to go there tonight. So I'm just going ahead and knocking this out. I have these two new socket fans from Amazon. We've reviewed a lot of socket fans up till now, and hopefully you followed those reviews. And what I will say is that I think, unless somebody comes out with a completely different technology, I think we're pretty clear on where we stand with socket fans. It's just that the bigger the fan blades, the more air is moved. And generally speaking, the ones with the bigger blades don't have the best lights. So beyond that, it's how much air do you want moved. A little bit about what's quiet and what's not, but really there's not much difference. Light, features, stuff like that. So there's really like, what's the best socket fan and all that. That ship has kind of sailed. So now it's just going to be about trying different ones that are novelties and might have different features and stuff like that. You want the most air moved, you get one of those 6-blade flower things. Those are, I think, 24 inches. Those are the biggest. After that, the Bell and Howell. And then you want the most light. Then you get, this is just a random one, but you get this kind, where it's got the big light around it. And those tend to have, better light quality. So that's basically where we're at. So let's try these ones here. A friend of mine sent me the link to these, and I was like, oh, those look cool. And I'm not sure if they're the same or different. I'll post more information about them. There's some blades in the comments from their Amazon listings. And trying to see if they even have the diameter listed on here. If not, I'll have to go get a tape measure. Uh-oh, another blade just came out.
These are very interesting looking, I'll give you that.
There's a remote. I always like it when they include batteries. Okay, let's put, this is quite the big conglomeration. This definitely looks different than the picture, at least the other one. Do these all, so you can make shapes? Wow, this might not even fit on the workbench. It's definitely a cool style. I might have to make more room on the workbench. This thing is freaking huge. Actually, let's use the socket extender at least. Which will give me a little bit more room. Good God. Okay, well, here's what I'm going to do for starters. I'm going to make it small, at least enough to screw it in. We'll start there. Okay, wow. So it's all different colors happening already. Not sure if you can see that. I think rather than extend it fully, I'm just gonna... this is quite the design. And that is drawing about 50 watts, 0.62 amps, power factor of about 2/3. Okay, let's see how easy it is. These blades look like they just snap into place. This looks like, what, a 5-blader? This looks just like a rather cheap version of the kind of propeller you would have on like a pedestal fan. Wow. Let me see if I can get the camera back a little bit, just because this is such a big, giant thing. I want it to show up on camera just a little bit better. Wow. It's impressive. This might be the rare example where the fan quality and the light quality are not that disparate, because it's a huge, big light, but it's also a pretty big blade. I'll be interested to see the CFM. Like I said, if it doesn't actually say the diameter of it, it means I'll have to go and get a tape measure. But that's not the end of the world. What happens, can I control without the remote? Let's try that first. Yes, you can. Pretty quiet. Yeah, so you can cycle through the options. I always appreciate that because I don't want to have to rely on a remote. People lose remotes. That's why I need to replace some socket fans at the barbershop. Nobody knows where the remotes are. And I hid them so that nobody would lose them, and guess what happened? Somebody still lost them. So it is interesting that the lights are so many different colors. Well, I'm betting you can change that with the remote, but let's find out. So here's on, off. I like that it fades up. What's ACL off? ACL is everything. I don't know what they're trying to say there. Here, I'm trying to put the battery cover on. The batteries. There we go. Okay, what's seg? Oh. Ooh! This thing's badass! Here, let me adjust this just a little bit better. Hopefully the Workbench isn't too terrible looking. I like this. Okay, what's K plus? Okay, that's just color temperature, so we can do... So interesting. So the warm is actually a combination of colors. Alexa, garage off. Alexa, garage off. Yeah, so that's not like the most... It's warm, but it's definitely not the most like... Like that's very clearly a cool white. Is there not? I guess that's the warm white. It's still, it looks very accurate, but it does not look. So yeah, my biggest criticism of this so far is that there does not appear to be a dedicated warm white or like a dedicated warm and cool where you're getting. I think it just seems like it just has the color options and then the cool white options. Freaking cool though. Okay. Alexa, garage on. Alexa, garage on. Speed 1. Okay. I have 2 tachometers over here. I can't remember which one is the one that's not problematic. I have 2 calculators. Couldn't tell you why that either. This is just what I had. These clear blades might not do a great job. Okay. That's a pretty clean reading of about 5,000. Just because I'm not sure which tachometer is a good one. Let's try them both. It's got to be the other one because that one doesn't even give me a reading. So that's about 1,000 RPM. That was giving me a clean reading. Speed 2. Speed 3. Speed 4. It's a pretty clean, I'm rounding up, about 10,000. So that's going to be about 2,000 RPM. This is 5 blades. So I'm going to have to go get a tape measure because I foolishly assumed that it would state the blade diameter somewhere on the box, as a lot of them do. But that's my fault. That's not the fault of the device. So I'll be right back with a tape measure. Okay, let's measure the velocity first. Okay, I'm going with 847. I'm hitting Okay. And that is 14 inches. So if we do math, 14 divided by 24 squared times pi times, so that is about 1,000 CFM if I'm measuring correctly. So it's not crazy powerful, but it'll get the job done. And it's one of the more powerful ones. I don't have much recollection on the CFM numbers, but it sure seems like it's one of the more powerful ones that also has a really bright light. So let's fold up this big bright light and let's bring out the next one and see how similar or different they are. I really like this one though. And this was, if my memory serves, these were pretty cheap. So yeah, I'm impressed with this one so far. I think with having an exposed propeller, it really could be a little more powerful than it is. But other than that, oh, I forgot to check the. Oh, you know it's not okay. You know what? We're gonna put it back because I do want to check the current draw and power factor on all the different settings. So we are actually gonna put it back. I forgot to do all of that. So let's bring it back. Okay, so let's do. We're just going to do watts. That's about 50 watts. When it's all cool, it's only about 25 watts. When it's all colored, that's also about 25 watts. Dim, that's about 10 watts. So this has both. This has the color and the cool. I see what they're doing there. Let's turn the light off. Fan 1. It's about 5 watts. And then fan at 4. It's about 12 watts. So if we add the light, total, we're looking at about 55 watts. Okay. Like I said, I'm a fan of this one, pun not intended. This is one of the, this is an actual innovation in socket fans. We haven't seen a lot of innovation in socket fans. That's a truly new thing. Another socket extender. Another remote. Looks like the same remote. Almost seems like these are made in the same factory. This one's smaller. So this is basically just a smaller version of the same thing. Okay. We may not need the socket extender on this one. This one does have the warm white. Uh-oh. Almost dropped a blade. This one's only 3 blades. Can we do it with... Yes. Ah, we have different light color too. We have dim warm light. We have bright light and high fan. Dim light. Is there a way to get fan by itself? I swear we saw that. There is. So yeah, you can get full control just from switching. Okay, so just the remote looks exactly the same as the last one. So this is to cycle through the different color options, except though it's not pushing anything. Okay. So seg doesn't do anything on this one. Well, let's. Interesting. The remote doesn't appear to be doing anything on this one. Am I sure this is the right remote? Yeah, because I just put. Let's try this one. Let's turn it off and turn it back on and just see. Is there a way to like pair the remote? No. The remote isn't doing anything. I'm not actually too bothered about that because we can get all the function just from the switch. I know if I email the company, they'll send me a new remote. Sometimes that's the problem, sometimes it's the fan. Given the fact that this remote isn't doing anything, I wonder if it's the fan. Or maybe do I have to be on a certain side? I don't know. We'll test it this way. So right now, 35 watts. Right now, 14 watts. Nine watts. Getting a pretty clean 3,500, and there's 3 blades, so that's going to be just a little like maybe like 1,200-ish. Get the velocity. $847 from that one too. So we just have to do the math. Five. This one was what? This one was, yeah, it's 10 versus 14. 10 divided by 24 squared times pi times 847. It's about 500 RPM, or CFM, excuse me. Yeah. I'm a little disappointed that this one isn't working with the remote, only because I can't show you all the features, but I'm not, like I said, that happens. It's probably just a pairing issue. It even could be because I cycled it on and off so many times I might have confused it. So don't hold that against the product. If you have that issue, just contact them. They'll send you another one. They've certainly done it for me in the past. So yeah, I like these. These are a new type of socket fan that I really like, and I'm glad to add them to my socket fan lineup. So, as always, thanks for watching. Please continue to like, comment, subscribe, Patreon for behind-the-scenes footage and additional content. And, of course, remember to buy Fan Stick and buy Pedro's. Thanks for watching.